All right, broskies, it's nice outside, so time to start. You got a lot of parts. Basically, that motor has to go down. That motor on the engine stand. Intake manifold on. First, while this is on the engine stand, I gotta put all the sensors and all the studs and all the water pump hose and the this and the that. So, but first, I'm just been lazy lately, so get that on there, and then once it's on there I can kind of fuck with it. So here we go. All right, y'all, got everything put back, put how I needed it, got the new engine. Got a bunch of the parts, gonna put on the Speed Factory titanium exhaust and intake studs, all the gasketry, got the wastegate, fuel rail, transmission bolt kit, throw this together. Got a lot of stuff to do here, so as soon as it's warm we'll get to it. All right, we're here. Got the intake all taken apart, washed, blown out with air, so that's got to go on right there. First, since because I got it out, I'm gonna do the water neck, new bolts, new gasket. We got everything. We got gaskets. We got us a little Speed Factory, you know what I'm saying, and then all the gaskets, bolts, all that good stuff. So yeah, like I said, just slowly but surely. So water pipe on, water neck. I have to order a new thermostat. I don't want to use that old one. And just kind of go around the engine, put all these bad boys in, all that good stuff. And this thing's gonna rock. Let's go. Alrighty, we got the water neck on it, all the hoses. I just got to go thermostat. I don't want to use that one or that one because of this. Anyways, got the VTEC, got the water neck, coolant neck for the thermostat, sensors, got the AN front water neck on, just threw the manifold back on. And step by step, we chip away at the process here. All right, another day here. So engine is a lot of the way there. I was gonna put together the intake manifold. What I wanna do first is, mount everything to the block, but I have this thermal intake gasket that it's all warped for some reason. So we'll have to order a new one, and then once I get that, I can put the intake together. Everything else is pretty much good, like all the little sensors, all that good stuff. And then this side, I just got to put the crank pulley on, which I have a brand new OEM one right here. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna wash this thing. So I fitted up the carbon fenders, mirrors. I got some different carbon mirrors. But yeah, just gonna wash everything, wash the car, detail the bay. So then once that's done, take on the next step. We have all the parts, and when I say all the parts, I mean all the big parts, like the turbo, the manifold, everything. When I put the engine in the car, I still have to get all new fittings and everything. I'm just not going to put anything used on this. So keep in mind that's the only thing that's missing, but check this out. So we got the transmission. Basically what I'm going to do today is I'm going to clean it all up, get it painted, and then install the Downstar kit. These are all the Downstar bolts. So that's today's goal. Engine wise, so I got all the sensors. I got the turbo manifold, I got the wastegate, I got this water neck installed with all the new gaskets. Got this one installed. It's got a Mishimoto low temperature thermostat in there. Just waiting on another thermal intake manifold gasket. The one I have here is used and it's like kind of warped. But once I get that, then I can put together the intake manifold. I'm gonna also take off the oil pan because I have to have the bung welded on it, which I have right over here somewhere. Anyways, so, got all the coolant piping, everything there. So this is pretty much ready to get the clutch installed. Like I said, I have to do the oil pan and then clutch. Gonna take a few days to do that. Got the turbo, 6266. That's gonna be extremely sick. So once everything's in, we'll bolt this thing on there. Says it's air cooled, which I'm excited about, instead of just kind of free balling it, and go from there. All right, got her all taped up. And it was some DHT.
Why do you think that is? Why? Why don't we stop?
All right, got the oil pan on. So basically where I'm at now is I'm putting everything together. As you can see, we have the manifold, nice Speed Factory T3. Got the titanium studs from Speed Factory. Got the tile, forget what size, I think it's 44. And everything else is Speed Factory. So we got the Speed Factory water neck. This one I actually got from a guy off of Facebook Marketplace. Got the Mishimoto low temperature thermostat in there. It didn't come with any of the sensors as you saw, so we put all of these on there. Got the VTEC solenoid. We still have yet to go to coil unplug, which is going to be like an upgrade system there. So I'm not going to do a dizzy, I don't think, because it requires some other stuff. Now that I got the oil pan on with the dash 10 bung, basically my next step is to put together this intake. It's still not assembled. So basically take it apart. I have all the gaskets. I have to trim the gaskets to fit inside of there where it's all ported. That's going to be my goal for today. After that's done, basically clutch and then mount the transmission, fully built from TransLab Performance. But this is basically, I hit him up and I told him, hey, I'm going to be pushing almost 1,000. Build me something that'll handle it. He said, I got you. We got the Downstar bolt dress-up kit. I sprayed it with aluminum silver the other day. Like I said, next step is just to put together the intake. That's what I'm gonna do. Put y'all on a time lapse real quick. One thing I want to point out, just that amazing CNC work that you can see in the cylinders. Just ported so nice. A lot of people ask me why I decided to go with 4-piston racing. Well, it's because they're wizards and they really take pride. They're mainly K-series, but if they take pride in that, then I guarantee you they'll do great on these H-series. So I had to take the intake off because this gasket, I had this stock one or this older one, I should say, and it was just kind of warped, so it was like going on super tough. This one's a lot newer, went on flawless. So next step, gonna put this intake on it. Now this intake, keep in mind, I hand ported this. I'll put some clips in. A couple of the tools.
We cut down in there. Get all the chunks over here.
Almost there. Bore it out. So, almost there. Basically hand ported it, then went and had it vapor honed, and then I went and had it resurfaced. So all the mating surfaces are clean, nice and like flat. And then we have the Roscoe Racing 2-inch spacer. You can see the intake and how I ported it. This is kind of how it used to be. So you can see in there's all the kind of like the runners, I guess, for each one of these. But you take that all out, poured it, and she's all clean. And I did that all with that thing right there and all of these. And I did use a cutting disc as well, just to take away a lot of the material. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna put the intake on piece by piece, torque it all down real nice. You can see here all the new, basically everything's brand new. Literally everything is OEM Honda brand new. OEM, even the clips. Four Piston did a really nice job of like refinishing all this. OEM bolts. Literally the only old bolt that I used is gonna be this one, so everybody knows. But everything else on the engine is literally either refinished or brand new. They even painted this valve cover, which is really nice. Now, I'm going to be using this valve cover. The problem with this valve cover as it sits is I've never taken the baffles off, man, if I could speak. But I've never taken the baffles off of this thing, so I'm gonna go have those removed, tapped, and put a nice screw in there so I can take those baffles off and clean it really good. I know Preston over at Ison Hydrographics, he does a really good job, but when you have baffles, you are subject to get, material back there, and I just don't want that to blow this gorgeous piece of machinery. Another thing I want to point out is all that Ferrea valve train. Looking good in there. But yeah, so, and then after this is done, I'm gonna take this off and then basically wrap it up for today because there's a couple things I need to do. So here we go. Alrighty, bit of a roadblock here, but no big deal. So the gasket that I was gonna use, as you can see, these gaskets, they have the original circles. So you kind of gotta, cut, which is what I was doing. The problem with this gasket is it's got some weird like pattern where this whole area right here would have been basically not gasketed, and we're gonna be pushing a lot of boost, boys. So a little bit of a pause here on this for now. All right, y'all, a little bit of an update on this thing. So it got painted, as you saw in the previous video if you watched. So we got carbon fenders, we got carbon mirrors, we got carbon cowl, we got, the bride seats. I just got these billet door handles. I mean, if you've ever had a Civic, you know that the door handles are ass. But, carbon fiber. Of course, we got the very unique taillights. Paint job came out fairly decent. I mean, it's been sitting in this garage. You still have to buff it, do all that crap. As you know, in here, we got, the Haltech ECU, so I'll be selling that S300. We got the chrome, or carbon fiber dipped bezel there. We got the S2K cluster, Momo wheel. I suede wrapped the seat there. We got the relocated battery to the back. I painted the whole interior black, suede wrapped the dash. You know, this thing's it's gonna be getting new suspension. These are like shitty max peating rods, but it's gonna be getting new shocks. Up here, it's got Skunk 2, all new bushings and everything. And we got the Aeromotive fuel system. We got the Rye-Wire harness. So I'm just gonna pop on those door handles real quick. And I gotta go get a proper intake manifold gasket, so I'm gonna have to wait for that. Stay tuned.